He was more detested by Donna Reed than by anyone else. Donna Reed was born Donna Bell Mullinger on January 27, 1921, in Denison, Iowa. She grew up in a humble Midwestern farming family and was the first of 5 children. Her childhood in small-town America would later influence the genuineness and friendliness that audiences loved about her in her film appearances. Even though Reed was of humble beginnings, she had a strong ambition to achieve more in life. After completion at Denison High School, she moved to California to attend Los Angeles City College, initially majoring in teaching. Her striking beauty and natural elegance quickly caught the attention of several talent scouts that were to change her fate forever. Her entry into Hollywood came during the height of the studio era, and her mix of grace, intelligence, and genuine charm made her stand out among many aspiring actresses. She signed a contract with Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer in the early 1940s and quickly began taking supporting roles. Early appearances in The Getaway, 1941. The Courtship of Annie Hardy, 1942. The Picture of Dorian Gray, 1945, showed that she was a quiet strength, an emotional honesty that brought credibility to all her characters. But the role that defined her career and placed her in the hearts of generations who would come afterwards was the role of Mary Bailey in Frank Capra's It's a Wonderful Life, 1946. Throughout the 1950s, Donna Reed continued to show her range and talent, proving herself as one of Hollywood's most respected actresses. Her work in From Here to Eternity, 1953, earned her an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. Her depiction of Lorraine Burke, a nightclub hostess with a tragic story, displayed a daring and deeply emotional side of Reed that surprised both critics and fans. It stood in sharp contrast to her wholesome image and proved her depth as a dramatic actress. The performance cemented her critical reputation, and she became one of the leading stars of her time. She then went on to act in films like The Last Time I Saw Paris in 1954 and They Were Expendable in 1945 with a number of great actors and film directors of that time. But Donna Reed's influence reached so much further than the silver screen. In 1958, she made the switch to television with The Donna Reed Show, which she created and starred in, running a successful 8 seasons until 1966. The show was an idealized yet relatable rendering of suburban American family life and a landmark of early television. As Donna Stone, she played the role of a modern, intelligent, and compassionate wife and mother, an on-screen character that deeply endeared her to millions during the heyday of family-oriented programming on TV. Behind the scenes, Reed also shattered barriers when she produced the show herself, one of the first women in Hollywood to have creative control over her own series. Her leadership helped create a path for new generations of women in entertainment. She was known for her compassion, intellect, and strong moral values outside of the screen. During the Vietnam War, she became a passionate advocate for peace, co-founding Another Mother for Peace, an organization that fought to end the conflict and promote nonviolent solutions. This activism revealed a Donna Reed that few had seen on screen: bold, brave, using her voice to stand up for justice and humanity. Her dedication to family, community, and humanitarian causes reflected the integrity that defined both her career and her personal life. Between 1943 and 1945, Donna Reed was married to William Tuttle, a talented makeup artist who later would become a respected figure at Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. During World War II, a time when Hollywood balanced glamour with patriotism, was when her marriage occurred. Tuttle's behind-the-scenes artistry complemented Reed's growing success in front of the camera as she rapidly became one of MGM's brightest young stars. Yet their relationship struggled under the pressures of demanding schedules and long work hours. By 1945, after just 2 years of marriage, the couple divorced. Although the marriage was short-lived, they reportedly parted ways amicably and moved on with their successful careers. Reed as a renowned actress, and Tuttle as an award-winning makeup designer who would go on to receive an honorary Oscar. Following the divorce, Reed's life started to take a different turn when she met and married producer Tony Owen in 1945. Owen was a charming, ambitious man who was smitten not just by Reed's beauty, but also by her intelligence and drive. Their relationship soon became both romantic and professional. They put together a busy household, balancing the ups and downs of Hollywood. The couple had 4 children, 2 adopted and 2 biological, raising them into a close-knit, loving family amidst the challenges of show business. The first 2 children, Penny Jane, born in 1945, and Anthony, born in 1946, were adopted shortly after birth. Reed and Owen's decision to adopt reflected her nurturing nature and lifelong compassion for children. The rising of her acting career did not hinder Reed from performing her duties as a mother and an artist. In 1949, their first biological son, Timothy, was born, followed by their youngest, Mary, and born in 1957. She kept up a remarkable balance between home life and her booming career throughout these years. Many friends and colleagues would often say that she was a very committed mother who valued her family more than fame. Even as one of Hollywood's most recognizable stars, she kept her feet on the ground, hosting family dinners, attending school events, and personally taking care of her children. Her home was her haven, and she frequently credited her husband, Tony Owen, for supporting and encouraging her ambitions. But as months turned into years, the cracks started to show in their marriage. The entertainment industry could be. Owen's relentless dedication to his producing career often required long periods away from home and late nights, which eventually strained his relationship with Donna. By the end of the 1960s, Reed's life had changed in many ways. Through The Donna Reed Show, a beloved television success from 1958 to 1966, she became a household name across America, not only earning immense fame, but also an Emmy Award. Yet, behind the camera, the constant pressure of celebrity life and the shift in her personal priorities began to take a toll on their marriage. After 26 years together, Reed and Owen divorced in 1971. The separation was painful, but handled with dignity, and Reed made sure to remain on good terms with Owen for the sake of the children. 3 years later, in 1974, Donna found love again, this time with Grover W. Asmus, a retired colonel in the United States Army. Their marriage ushered in a new period in her life of calm and steadiness. With Asmus having no association with the entertainment world, his quality and disciplined nature provided Reed with a much-needed break from the high-speed world she had faced within Hollywood for many years. The two led a quiet, happy life together, sharing their time between Los Angeles and their residence in Beverly Hills. Friends and family close to them described the nature of their relationship as affectionate and supportive, a true partnership based on mutual respect, companionship, and shared values. When Donna Reed took up the offer to star opposite Stewart Granger in the 1958 British mystery film, The Whole Truth, she expected a professional experience founded upon mutual courtesy and respect between seasoned actors. What she actually faced turned out to be one of the most unpleasant working relationships during her career. Always known for poise, discipline, and professionalism on the sets, Reed found herself at constant odds with the arrogance and inflated ego of Granger, who seemed impossible to work with according to her opinion. Years later, when asked about her experiences with various co-stars, Reed openly admitted that Stewart Granger was the one man in Hollywood she truly hated more than anyone else. The comment was stunning coming from her because she rarely spoke ill of others. But the frustration and contempt felt toward her British co-star cut deep. On the set of The Whole Truth, the tension between them was palpable from the first day of shooting. Granger, already known as a problematic actor, was relishing being bossy over others, and Reed was no exception. Whipped by his sharp tongue and superiority complex, he often shot down her suggestions, cut her off during rehearsals, and even went as far as to make fun of her for being American. Donna had built her career on intelligence, grace, and professionalism, and she found his attitude unbearable. He was arrogant, rude, and full of himself, she reportedly said. He treated everyone as if they were beneath him, and I simply couldn't stand it. Her resentment didn't come from a single event, but rather a long pattern of those condescending gestures and belittling comments that would make what should have been a normal professional project an emotional struggle. Her aversion was heightened by the great difference in their characters. She had always commanded respect with her sincerity, Midwestern manners, and quiet strength. Being from Dennis, Iowa, she appreciated humility and cooperation, traits Granger seemed entirely to lack. Granger, on the other hand, was from the British elite of film actors and carried himself with aristocratic confidence, often with a patronizing attitude toward American performers, especially women, whom he felt lacked the sophistication of European actors. To Reed, such arrogance was unforgivable. He thought he was God's gift to the movies, she once said, but he was just a man full of hot air. She was not the only one who felt this way. Even members of the crew spoke in hushed tones about his behavior, in sympathy with Reed, who, despite her frustration, continued to behave professionally and deliver excellent performances. As filming progressed, the atmosphere on set for The Whole Truth became increasingly unhospitable. Visible tension permeated the scenes between Reed and Granger. Audiences could feel it on screen. There was no spark of romance. Instead, cold, uneasy chemistry. When off-camera, Reed avoided Granger whenever possible, preferring to spend her free time with the director or other cast members. Friends would later say she dreaded every shooting day that included scenes with him. "I counted the days until filming ended," she later said. "I have never been happier to finish a movie in my life." Such candor was uncharacteristic of the even-tempered Reed, but it demonstrated just how much she abhorred sharing a set with him. It wasn't his arrogance that bothered her. It was his blatant disregard for everyone else. Reports claimed Granger often demeaned assistants, argued with the director, and acted as though the technical crew did not exist. Reed, who had always treated every assistant, technician, and production assistant with courtesy and respect, found his behavior repugnant. He had no respect for anyone, she said. Not for the director, not for the crew, not for his fellow actors. I don't even think he respected himself. The clash between Reed's moral integrity and Granger's self-importance symbolized two completely different worlds. Modest American decency that she represented versus elitist arrogance, which he was the embodiment of. Even many years after the release of The Whole Truth, Donna Reed's memories of working with Stewart Granger remained bitter. While she went on to achieve great television success with The Donna Reed Show, beloved for her warmth and authenticity, she never forgot the misery of that particular filming experience. "I learned one important lesson," she reflected later: never mistake charm for character. That was a subtle comment, but no doubt aimed at Granger, whose charming veneer had convinced Hollywood that he was a real gentleman. Behind the scenes, Reed found him to be anything but. In the years that followed, fans and film historians remained fascinated by her strong feelings toward him. For a woman as kind and forgiving as Donna Reed to openly express hatred for a co-star revealed just how unpleasant that experience must have been. Stewart Granger might have been handsome and charismatic on screen, but to Reed, he represented everything she despised: vanity, arrogance, and cruelty disguised as charm. "I could work with anyone," she once said, "but not with a man who believes he's better than everyone else." To her, Stewart Granger was the one person in Hollywood who crossed that line, and she never forgave him for it. Donna Reed died of pancreatic cancer on January 14th, 1986, at the age of 64 years in Beverly Hills, California. She had been diagnosed just 3 months earlier, and the doctors had already informed her that the disease was terminal. Her remains were interred in Pierce Brothers Westwood Village Memorial Park and Mortuary in Los Angeles.